Hello, in this video I will be showing you how to weave a narrow warp-faced band with 13 pattern threads. For those of you who wish to learn how to develop this skill, I have written this book, Sammy Band Weaving, which gives all the basic introduction on how to make a warp, thread the heddle and how to weave. If you wish to take your skills further, there is a second book called Woven Bands from Sweden, which contains 70 band patterns for bands with 13 pattern threads, and I will be weaving a pattern from this book to show you how to do it. This is a lovely meander pattern. I like these patterns, they look really good on straps and lanyards. And it's this pattern that I'll be weaving now. There's the band, and this is the pattern draft. This is the graph that shows you which threads that you need to pick up to make this pattern for your band. Both these books are available at blurb.com. So this is the pattern draft, which I have enlarged so that I can use it whilst I'm weaving. For this particular pattern there are 6 picks, that's 6 weaving rows. The pattern draft shows the 13 pattern threads across the graph, and the squares that are coloured in show the pattern threads that need to appear on the surface of the band. So for the first row, where we raise the heddle, we want the first 3 threads on top, the next thread appears underneath the band, the next 5 on top, this one appears underneath, and then the end 3 also appears on the top of the band. So the white squares represent the pattern threads that you don't actually see. What I'd like to do now is show you the rigid heddle and how the warp is threaded through the holes and the slots. This is a rigid heddle. It has a line of holes and these long slots through which the warp threads are threaded. There are 13 pattern threads here in red and green. The centre pattern thread goes through the centre hole in the heddle, and the pattern threads are always at least twice as thick as the background threads. In between each pattern thread there are 2 background threads, one threaded through a long slot and one through a hole. So when you raise the heddle, half of the pattern threads come up to the top surface and half are down on the bottom layer, which means that when we're making the pattern we may have to pick up a pattern thread from the bottom or push down a pattern thread from the top in order to get the correct sequence for the pattern. So what I will now do is I will show you how to weave the first 3 picks more slowly so that you can follow the process, and then I'll weave the second 3 picks at a more normal speed. So for the first pick I have to raise the heddle, and remember I want 3, miss 1, 5, and then miss 1 and 3 pattern threads on the top. So I raise the heddle, I need to lift up that one from the bottom, I need to lift up those 2 from the bottom and that one from the bottom. So there's now 3 and I've missed 1, 5 and I've missed 1 and 3. I can then beat, and this is where I can check that I've got the correct sequence at the edge of the band. So I beat, I adjust the weft from the previous pick, and here I have a little piece of folded plastic just with a couple of holes through it, and it's tied with a line indicating the band width to which I'm weaving. This enables me to check that my band isn't getting slightly wider or slightly narrower as I weave down the warp. So I check the width, beat and pull the weft through. For the second row I lower the heddle and I need 2 threads at one end, miss 3, then 3 in the centre, miss 3 and then 2 to appear on the surface. Lower the heddle, pick up 1 there. I don't need that one, but I do need the centre green one. I don't need that one, and I need the one at the far side. So now I have 2, 3, 2. So I can beat, adjust the weft from the previous row, pull the shuttle through. The last pick from this sequence is exactly the same as the first. It's a 3, 5, 3. So I raise the heddle, I want the first 3, the centre 5 and the last 3. And I beat, adjust the weft from the previous pick, check the width and pull through. So that's the first 3 picks. Now the next 3 picks on the pattern, I need to miss 1, lift 5 to the surface, miss the centre, lift 5 and miss the end one. So I've lowered the heddle. I don't need that end one, but I do need the next 5, so I have to pick up 2 from the bottom layer. I don't need the middle, so I need another 2 there to make the second lot of 5. And there I've now got a 5 and a 5 for that particular pick. Beat and pull the weft through, leaving a small loop on that side. Next one, I lower the heddle, raise the heddle, and I need 3 there and 3 here. So it's miss 2, 3, miss 3, 3, miss 2. So miss 2, and I want the next 3, miss 3, and I want the next 3, and miss 2. So I've just got 2 groups of 3 on the surface. Pull the weft through. Final pick is the same as the first, and it's just a miss 1, 5, miss 1, 5, miss 1. And that's a sequence of 6 picks to weave this particular band. So, happy weaving.